Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Thursday, March 1st, 2018. Now, what we've got going on today is we've got the moon hanging out right here in Virgo, which brings our attention to our job, our daily routines, what it is that we do on the day-to-day. Also, what else? Our physical existence, you know, what we've got that we can touch, feel in a lot of ways, and our health is what Virgo rules, okay? So that's a lot of what we are thinking about today. At 11 a.m. Mountain Time, the moon, as it's hanging out in Virgo, then makes a trine over here to Saturn in Capricorn. So anything that we're doing here to take care of our health and to take care of our daily routines, to make sure that we've got our day-to-day life in order, that we've got a good strategy in place to get to where we want to go, I think is going to help us. It's going to help us in the end to put our life in a better place, create the life that it is that we want, move up in the world, have the social standing or the reputation that it is that we want, okay? So I see that coming in at 11 a.m. Us putting in the work to get things done, to get a strategy in place, really helping us to do some things that are important to us, okay? Maybe the morning as well with the Saturn moon needing lots of discipline and needing lots of dedication to get things done, okay? Again, the moon doesn't always like Saturn, just like it doesn't always like touching Mars here, so there could be some restrictive feelings that do come up at 11 a.m. Mountain Time today, but if you use it as an opportunity here to be dedicated, to be disciplined, to do what needs to be done, I think it can, in the end, really help you with the trine coming in to do something in a positive way that's going to put your life in a better place and to help you feel much better about it. All right, so that's what's going on there. Then after that happens at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, we then get the moon moving further through Virgo and coming into an opposition here with the sun. That is then a full moon. That's what a full moon is. In astrology coming in, and what that is bringing about here is extra, I want to say, attention and a need to focus extra on our daily routines, on what our life looks like on the outside, okay? The way I see this full moon going on here is that we have a lot of things going on inside us with all these planets in Pisces, especially Neptune, which the moon is also going to oppose later today. We've got a lot of things going on inside us, a lot of inspirations, a lot of spiritual inklings happening that we're trying to make room for, that we're trying to let in some way. And this full moon is saying, all right, do you have your life in order? Do you have everything in the place that it needs to be, so that if and when things get messy at this new moon coming in later this month, close to in a conjunction with Chiron, that you will be prepared to handle it? Okay, and so now is the time for you to make sure that your routines is getting to in the place that you need it to be, and that your health is getting to the place that you need it to be as well, so that you can then focus on other things of the spirit, other things of the soul, and on overcoming things from the past, okay? So I think that's what this full moon is all about. This full moon to me is also saying, look, if your life is not in the order that you need it to be in, if your life is in disarray, also use this Virgo moon to clean it up. You know, Virgo's a very clean sign. Use this full moon to clean your life up, so that when the new moon in Pisces comes, you can then focus your attention on the things that you need to focus on overcoming the past, on moving forward, on trying to do some things that are really going to put your life in a better place, instead of having to worry, oh no, my life is a mess. How can I do things that I want when I've got like 500 other things that are, you know? So it's really a call, I think, this full moon, to make sure that your life, your physical needs are taken care of, so that you can then work on the internal, work on the spiritual, work on overcoming some things from the past, so that you can move forward coming in, okay? So I really do think that that's what's going on today. With the opposition to Neptune happening at 9 p.m. Mountain Time, it could bring up some confusion, and it could bring up some kind of tension, you know, because when you have an opposition, you have two planets here that are in opposite signs, pulling opposite directions, wanting opposite things. And I think there's a part of us, especially that's coming in here as we move through the nighttime, 9 p.m., there's part of us that knows or that wants to in a sense, get our life in order, get a routine in place, but there's another part of us that wants to be creative, that wants to explore, that wants to listen to our intuitions, that wants to get lost all day in creativity and whatever. And I think there could be some of that tension that comes in here at 9 p.m. Mountain Time, is being pulled in two different directions, wanting to do things, wanting to be creative here. And I think really what you're needing to do, especially at this full moon, especially with the full moon being very close to Neptune here, make sure you got your routines taken care of first. Make sure you got your strategy taken care of first. Make sure you got your physical needs taken care of first. So then that at a later time, very soon, 2 weeks from now at the new moon, maybe even a little bit before then, you can start to take care of all your creative needs, of your intuitive needs, of your spiritual needs going on, all right? And really needing to make sure that's taken care of. You know, Virgo is an earth sign and it's Mercury ruled. So Virgo doesn't get lost in emotion and feeling like Pisces does. Virgo says sometimes you gotta do the hard thing that's better for you than giving into your emotions. And I think that's what's coming in here with Virgo, saying, look, maybe you don't want to work, maybe you don't want to do your daily routines, maybe you don't want to get your physical life in order in your health, but if you do this, because it makes sense to do it practically with the earth sign coming in, then you're going to be happier later on. You're going to thank yourself later on. And so I think it's just what I want to leave with you today. Here is, you got to do the practical things today at the full moon, and it'll help you do what you want to do later. You know, Virgo is the sign of work, hard work. The ancients used to think of it as the sign of slavery going on, because when you're in Virgo, you have to do things that wear you down, that take your time, you know, that, you know, you put long hours in doing things you don't want to do when it comes to Virgo, in serving other people, making sure everything is just right. And that's what you got to do. You just got to do the things you don't want to do right now, so that you can start to focus more on other things. All right, I think I've beat a dead horse on that one, so I'll leave that there. And now we'll talk about some other stuff going on in the background. What else we've got going on? We actually have quite a bit happening all of a sudden coming in. The last 10 degrees of Pisces are crazy. And what we've got is we've got Mars in the background in a square over here with Mercury and Venus, where it's been for most of the week coming in. So this again could bring up lots of communication, not just with other people, but with yourself, your mind going a little crazy, superpowering your thoughts, okay? Also, what's going on, a lot of action with other people, trying to work with other people, trying to figure out your relationships, trying to do things with others, your money as well, trying to figure out your money and make things happen there with Venus coming in. Because this is a square, it could be a little bit hard. You got something new you want to do, and it's hard for you to figure out how to be comfortable with your relationships, how to be comfortable with your finances, and how to think about your life in the right ways, because you're being pulled here in another way, doing something new, okay? And really needing to figure out the past few days and moving forward how to do something new with people, have new relationships, have new financial situations, think in new and different ways here that can help you to move forward and support some of your growth, okay? So that's what I see happening there. Mercury and Venus also making a sextile, oops, keep doing that lately, making a sextile over here to Pluto and a trine over here to Jupiter as well, bringing up major changes in relationships, major changes with money that you're trying to make to put your life in a better place. You're trying to change the people you interact with and the way you spend, use, or make money, so that you can feel better about the direction your life is going in. Also with Mercury, Pluto, maybe negotiations coming in, especially when it comes to relationships and money, lots of negotiating happening. Also changing your mind, changing the way you think about things, but not just changing your mind in like the Gemini kind of way, like, oh yeah, I just decided this, but changing your mind because you've done a lot of thinking, you put in a lot of work here, and you're realizing that maybe there's another path that you need to go in that will help you get to where you want, okay? And I think there are lots of changes that are coming in this week here that are really meant to be good for you, to help you do something new, to help you move forward and overcome the past, okay? And really transition into a new life, a better life that it is we've been working on for some time. Okay, so we've got that happening there. What else? Mars Also slowly coming into a trine with Uranus. Not quite there yet, got another 5 degrees happening, but you'll see it coming in the next week or two. Unexpected things could be coming, unexpected new things that you didn't plan on. Maybe as you're doing something new that you have not done before, unexpected things coming up as well that are very close to your identity, with Uranus being in Aries, or you yourself with Aries doing unexpected things so that you finally can launch into something new, do something new that it is that you've been wanting and meaning to do. So that's something else that's going on. Venus also getting closer to Chiron. Again, these things are a little far off. The Mars trine Uranus and the Venus Chiron coming in. But after you make all these negotiations and relationships and changes in money, you could feel coming in the next week hurt, uncomfortable, worried you didn't make the right choice, worried that something's wrong, doubt, fear, uncomfortable feelings with people here, and needing to trust and have faith that if you are doing what you believe is right now, especially with the 9th house Sagittarius rules your beliefs. Okay, if you're doing what you believe is right, what you think is going to put you in the best spot here, then you need to have faith that it will all come together in time, even if it feels uncomfortable or starts to feel more uncomfortable as we move throughout the week. Another thing I wanted to mention too, Sun coming closer into a conjunction with Neptune, bringing maybe some confusion about your life going on here, but also could bring lots of creativity as well and lots of spiritual insights if you are patient and give yourself the time and space you need to listen and to pay attention to what's going on instead of ignoring it. Okay, that's a lot of times what Neptune requires. That's why I always say, you know, with Neptune and with Pisces, meditate, take time out, because the way that Neptune speaks to us as humans is so subtle and so, you know, unlike the way we normally communicate, that it takes us some time out from the world and some time out from our daily routines to really understand what Neptune is trying to say. Okay, so that's why I say be creative, maybe spend some time alone if you're feeling confused, so that you can listen to all of the insights, the inspirations that Neptune has to offer. Okay, that's another reason why this full moon, it's very important to get your life in order so that you're better equipped to deal with the confusion that Pisces can bring moving forward. All right. So I think that's what I'm going to leave with you today. All right. Your card for the day is the 4. It's the 4 of Wands upright. I like this card. This card, to me, I always interpret it as a milestone moment. You're not finished. You haven't reached success yet. I mean, this card is a 4. It's not a 9 or a 10 or even a queen or a king, but you've gotten somewhere, and you've gotten somewhere that's pretty good is what I see with this card. It's like you've gotten somewhere, you've kind of like made an accomplishment, and now you get to take like a little bit of like a breather and be like, okay, I did it, you know, I'm looking back, things are okay, there's still a lot more work to go, but I like made a halfway mark. And I think that's maybe what Virgo is trying to say here, is you need to get yourself the full moon, you need to get yourself to a point where you feel like, okay, I'm not where I want to be, but I've got like I've reached like that first rung on the ladder. I've got like that first level that I need my life to be in, where now I can like take a breath, where now I can relax for a second and process before I move forward. Okay, and I really do think that's what Virgo was saying here. Put in the hard work to get your life in a good spot so that you can take a break for a second, process things internally and emotionally with the new moon in Pisces before it is that you move forward. I really do think with all of this stuff going on, that once everything starts to transition into Aries, it's going to be go time to do this new thing that you've been formulating about while Saturn was in Sagittarius. It's going to be time to move forward, to do some new thing that you've been thinking about, trying to do for the past few months, and actually do it better and to process it and to understand it and to integrate it all. Especially with Mercury retrograde coming in, I really do think we're going to have a chance to make some big progress that we haven't made lately, and to feel much better about it on multiple different levels, okay, in the next few months. next few weeks and few months, but we just have to make sure right now that we are giving ourselves the space and the foundation that it is that we need to ultimately get there to that better spot where we feel like we're in a better place. Okay, we have to give ourselves the space first to do that. And Virgo is telling you, if it takes a lot of work, if it takes a lot of dedication, if it takes a lot of practical stuff where you have to ignore your feelings at the moment so that you can get to that good place, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's going to help you. It's going to pay off. And I think it's going to be good for you in the end, especially with that card, all right? So that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.